So Braden's wanting to join me in this live stream, and I want him to join me, and we're trying to figure out how to get him in this at the same time as me. So we can move back. We got a while. We didn't really announce this live video, or I didn't really announce this live video all too much. I just kind of posted something on Instagram, and that's about it. Yeah, I got that, and that I want to show them. So there's a few things that we're working on right now, but I'm going to give it just a little bit of time, and hopefully I want to see if this is actually... We got a while. We didn't really announce this live video. Yeah, it's got a little live video. It's so far behind. It's so laggy. It's crazy. So, what we're going to do today, Braden, is basically what
I didn't realize as soon as you clapped hands, I went like this.
Right?
I went like this.
Oh, you're watching it over here?
Yeah.
It's like 2 minutes behind. But anyways, what we're going to do today is, you can see in the title, it's just a 3D cosplay update. Now, what's been happening, and I apologize for this, I was going to start going live every single Sunday. And I know the audio's still off. I was hoping the updates with this would fix it. I'm still messing around with the settings on the camera. For some reason, when I Skype, it's perfect. When I'm on WebEx, it's perfect. When I'm on other streaming stuff, it's perfect. So it has to do something with the OSB, or the the OBS system that I'm running. That's making it completely off kilter, but that's alright, because it's not off by that much, and if I talk really, really fast, you can't really tell that it's way off, right? But anyways, so I haven't been able to get on every Sunday because we had some issues with the data and stuff like that, and we've been really, really watching the data here recently, and I explained in the last live video that I did a while back that we had been hacked, and they had used... Through my job, I have a VPN that connects my personal computer through the network for the company that I work with, and it got hacked in a way that they went through the VPN and used, not only got onto my computer and got into my private stuff like Amazon, Netflix, and got onto my Gmail account, kicked me out of my own Gmail account, got onto my Concur, got onto my WebEx and ran thousands of hours worth of video footage on WebEx. I mean, all sorts of stuff, but they also did a lot of it using my own data and my own internet and stuff, because they went through the VPN from the network into... I don't know how to explain it. I'm not that like high technology. I'm not a huge intellectual technology person. I don't know how you would explain it. I'm just not one of those people who knows a ton about networking and things like that and how it works. But I know that that's what happened, and we got ran sky high. Even if you set your data at unlimited data through your service and stuff, your unlimited data really only goes to a specific point, because they can only give you so much as unlimited data, and typically people don't use past that. And mine was like through the roof. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was all people in like Iran and Afghanistan and all these Middle Eastern countries that were making short video calls and all sorts of different stuff. So it was wild. So we got it all straightened out. I got my Netflix back. I've got my Gmail back. I've got my Amazon back. I've got all that stuff. So everything's straightened out. They didn't take any money from my bank, thank God. They didn't order anything off Amazon that I know of, thank God. So we really didn't financially go out except for the bill for Cox. So anyways, what we're going to be doing today in this video is showing you guys a little bit of an update of what I've been working on, because I've only been able to put out short videos, small videos, that I've been kind of like slipping under, because it takes a lot of data to put these videos out and stuff. And so I've been making sure that I get at least one a week, but it's been kind of picky, choosy here and there. I could have made like 20 videos in the last 2 weeks, but I've really picked the ones that I wanted to put out. And if you guys noticed, a couple of them were help videos to show people how to use Mesh Mixer or something like that. And because I think that helpful videos are a little bit more better and for people out there than probably 3D printing cosplay, because I actually have a lot of people who message me on Instagram, and Instagram is one of those places that I get messages from people all the time because they notice that I hashtagged Anycubic i3 Mega, or I hashtagged Ender3, or they've seen a helmet or something that I've made, and also look through my stuff and seen that I'm making it on an Anycubic i3 Mega or a Creality Ender3 or something like that, and they have questions about their Creality Ender3 or questions about their stuff, and they've seen some of my either way, every one of my videos says, go check me out on Instagram, and I get a ton of messages from people trying to help out on how to fix. I probably Thursday or Friday, I probably spent all day between 3 people, just constantly back and forth about the Anycubic, the Ender 3, different Power Rangers, and all these different things. And I got a Psycho Ranger out of it, so we're going to be making a Psycho Ranger here soon. Because I got a Psycho Ranger file. You remember the Psycho Rangers?
Honestly, no, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Remember the space Power Rangers in space?
No, I haven't seen that since I was like 5.
They fought those evil Power Rangers that kind of look like bat. They got a helmet that kind of makes them look like a bat something or other.
Like I said, I haven't seen that since I was 5.
Okay, but the Psycho Rangers were cool. They were like the evil Power Rangers that were like way more powerful than the Power Rangers themselves. And would just show up and beat the crap out of them and then disappear.
I want to see that because I want to see them get fought by their own, basically own version of themselves.
Yeah, the Psycho Rangers are funny. I think they're great. They're like my favorite villains. And all of them's helmet are the same. Every Psycho Ranger is exactly the same. So I've got the file to the Psycho Ranger helmet, and I can make any color I want to. I mean, we could make matching Psycho Ranger helmets if you want to. You could have a red one. I was thinking about doing blue because blue's always my favorite Ranger, but I don't know. I'm thinking about doing a color that I don't have because we have a red Ranger, we have the blue Ranger. I have a green Ranger print that I haven't made yet, but I'm planning on making the green Ranger.
A black Ranger?
Well, black Psycho Ranger, because the Psycho Ranger's black on the inside, and then it has the color through the outside here. So you kind of have to do a color. You can't really do a black. There is a black one. I'm thinking a pink one.
Oh, a white one?
There's not a white one.
Then we can make our own custom versions.
Well, we could. A lot of people make the green Psycho Ranger, and there is no green Psycho Ranger in the actual show. So, in fact, the guy who gave me the file gave it to me, and it's titled as Green Psycho Ranger. And there was another guy on YouTube who actually created a Green Psycho Ranger, and he showed a picture of a drawing next to it. And then I actually went on Etsy and I seen the available Psycho Ranger helmets, and they're all green. But they're all the same helmet, so it doesn't have to be green, I haven't actually seen one titled as any other color than green, even though green's not a real Psycho Ranger. So, a little weirdness.
Maybe we can do yellow?
I was thinking that yellow looks really good. It's like yellow and black look really good together. Really good together.
Well, black
and I think
looks
that's
good
why
with
Yellow
anything.
Jackets are so freaking scary. You know what I mean? So, anyways, let's start with the update. Let's show the oldest one the one that I'm almost done with. Nope, not that one. That one. So this right here is going to be basically the next cosplay video that I end up doing. There's a few little fixes and stuff that I still got to do, but I'm primarily done with it. The fixes that have to be done are right up in here. But this is my...
You already put a clear coat on it.
Yeah, this is the Drift from Fortnite. This is Braden's favorite character, and this is half the reason why I wanted him on here. Because this has all been based off of his approval. It's like every time I get something done, it's like, Braden, come check this out, see what you think about it. And he's been kind of giving me direction on it and stuff. And this is one of those prints that you can get the print. You can buy the print from people, or you can get it off Etsy or something like that, where all the spots with color in it pop out. So this part pops out, this part pops out, this part pops out, this part pops out. So you actually know where to print it, where to paint everything. You could just follow. It's basically like a coloring book. You know, as long as you're coloring on the lifted part, then you've got it. But this one actually is completely smooth. It's a completely smooth mask. So everything on here I have free-handed with tape and an airbrush. And I've just basically been taking my time with it, really looking at the pictures, trying to get these parts right as close as I possibly can. And I think I did a pretty dang good job on it. I'm actually pretty pumped about this. And I've actually repainted the front of this probably about
3 times or so.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time that I've done the pink on it. The 2nd time that I've done the black, because the first time I did the black and pink, and then I couldn't get the gold right, so I took it all off. And then I basically, I've redone it like 3 times. So it's a really legit helmet. And I got that pink perfect, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
That's a mixed color that I mixed myself. I mixed airbrush colors together to get that pink color. And when I finally finish this, the gold will be better. It'll have a nice polished clear coat on it. A few of these bumps and stuff up here will be gone. And it's just going to look amazing.
I mean, you're almost done, but there's like the part on the back. That's supposed to be a copied version of the front.
Yeah. But it's going to look amazing when it's done. I'm pretty excited about this.
Yeah.
I've actually really taken my time with it. And a mask like this typically... I probably spent more time on this mask than I spend painting this mask. That's right. I probably spent more time painting this mask than I have ever spent painting a helmet. Only because I want to get it right. Because this is actually... He's going to wear this, I think, for Halloween or something like that.
I want to.
And we're going to get the costume. We found the shoes. We found that stuff online. And he's going to dress like Drift. And I tried to get him... I want to do the clear eyes with the pink LEDs on the inside. But he doesn't like looking out of LED eyes because they're hard to see out of, and I agree. I mean, after having
especially
Iron
how small
Man,
these eyes are, like that's gonna, I won't be able to see at all.
After dressing up like Iron Man and turning on the LED eyes and stuff and walking through a dark theater, and even walking through a lit up department store.
I had to wear that helmet right there with LED eyes. I couldn't see it. I could barely see out of that. Plus, those LEDs dug into my head.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't do that on those. This one wouldn't take as much as those because with the white being a reflective, you would only need to have one in each corner here, and then you could put the battery pack like there in the nose, and you wouldn't be able to even tell it was there. So we won't do it though. Right. I'm not worried about it. If you don't want to, think it over. I think it would look better. Maybe if we could make them removable.
Yeah, but Dad, he doesn't really have them, especially on the stage.
Just when he gets all lightened up, right?
How does it look when I don't? How does it look with the eyes poking through?
I think it would look really good with LEDs, with pink LEDs.
We should just add like the eyepieces.
Maybe we can make you some glasses.
Oh.
Yes.
That I can just.
And then when you put it on, you know what I mean. That way they're removable.
Yeah, so I can just take them off and stuff, and then just do this.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be cool.
But they'd have to be like really thin, because glasses on this, it's like that.
True. We'll figure it out. Leave us a comment or something. Let me know what you guys think about it. If you guys would like to see the pink LEDs. I'm trying to talk him into it because I really love putting LEDs and stuff. That's like one of my favorite things is the electronics. That's why remember there for a while I did a kick of LEDs in like everything. I did LEDs in the X, LEDs in the I did all the Infinity Stones with LEDs in it, and then I did the Loki staff.
You should make like Nebula's knife and Endgame.
Oh yeah.
You were gonna make that, but you never did.
I was. I should do that. That'd be awesome. I love LED stuff. Love it. So that's gonna be the next one that I do a print review on, and that's gonna be one of the actually about the 3rd mask that I'm gonna be doing a showing on. That is a My Mini Factory free print. I usually do Thingiverse prints, a lot of Thingiverse prints because they're free prints, kind of just to show you guys how good a free print could look, and how much stuff is available actually on Thingiverse and these free websites that you guys can really get your practice in and really practice at this cosplay and stuff. If this is something that you guys want to do. So this is a My Mini Factory print. and we'll explain more about that when we get to it. So let's set that over there. Next thing that
I can't wait till it's done. So I can
just started back up. The new Star Wars comes out on Christmas. So I'm actually pumped about the new Star Wars. And I'm putting myself on a timeline again like I did with the Iron Man. Remember, I got the Iron Man done like weeks before Endgame came out.
And then as soon as it got done, Endgame came out.
Yeah, like the week I got done, Endgame came out. And so I'm doing that again with the Stormtrooper. And they already know. You ain't got to do no big reveal or anything. This thing's all dirty and dusty. Because this is how long it's been that as soon as I got done with... actually, as soon as I got done printing Iron Man, I started printing the Stormtrooper. Just started printing it. Not assembling it or anything like that. But as soon as Endgame was over, I went right into doing the Stormtrooper. And so I made this helmet. Actually, I made two different helmets. One that was just a little bit different than this one. And then I built, you guys can look through my videos. I think I have 3 maker videos right now of up to a certain part with the Stormtrooper. So I wanted to give you guys a quick update on how far I am with the Stormtrooper now. Now we have had that. I had some printer problems, and then I've had some commissions come up. And so I'm not that far, but you guys can go back to the last video and kind of watch it and kind of see where I'm at. If you guys remember right, the thigh pieces for my files that I got weren't correct. And so I actually went on Thingiverse and I found a full Stormtrooper suit on Thingiverse. And I actually made a video showing you guys how to thicken up paper thin prints using Mesh Mixer. And I want to show you guys what that ending file ended up looking like. This is with Bondo and stuff on it, of course. This is what that file ended up looking like. This is the thigh piece, one thigh piece that I just finished printing and putting together right before I started this last commission. And it's really good. It's solid. It's a great. And the cool thing about it is the other prints were so thick. This is actually, even though we thickened it up in Mesh Mixer like I showed you guys, it's actually still thinner than the original thing. So if I would have printed, if those other thigh pieces would have been correct and would have been right, they would have been about double as thick as these, which would have taken double the filament. It would have been heavier and hotter. And this is actually a lot better. So to me, just looking at this one piece here, showing you guys just how good this one piece turned out, it actually kind of proves to me that you could probably build the entire suit that's on Thingiverse for free, the entire free suit, because on Etsy, I think it is, or I seen it on somewhere. I googled the suit because I just wanted to get the bottom parts by somebody that professionally did it, and the cheapest I found it was like $49 for sale, and all the way up to Do3D, who sold only the entire suit for $119. And then there's this one that's on Thingiverse, absolutely free. So you can actually get the free file. You just got to take a little bit more time with it. You got to use a little bit more Bondo because it is thin. But the cool thing about it being thin is you can kind of maneuver it around. It's a lot easier to heat shape stuff. So if a part's just a little bit off or something, the thinner pieces, you only have to apply just a little bit of heat to it to really form it and shape it and stuff. And sometimes when you're building these full cosplay suits, you have to heat form stuff to get it to fit together because you might be off by like a tad, by like a little bit. Like the tiniest pinhole on one print, and then by the time you get to the very last piece or the very last 2 pieces or something, it's completely off and it bulges out. Like there's a spot down here that you can see is covered in red, and if you actually take it to the side, it kind of starts to bulge. And so I'm working on whittling that down. And what I probably should have did is came in here and heat shrunk it, but at the time I was kind of in a rush and kind of just put it on there and stuff, so I'm kind of like suffering the burden of that now. But typically what I would have done is went in here with hair dryer or something and just kind of heated it up, just kind of pushed it together, and it would have been good. So that's a good thing about these paper thin models, and they're just cooler. That Iron Man is hot. That was the worst part about it, is just pouring down sweat in the Iron Man suit. Like, as soon as you put it on. You put the skin suit on, and then you put the top part on, or you start putting the legs on, you put the top part on, and you automatically start sweating because it doesn't breathe. It's just straight plastic, and it doesn't breathe. So thinner is better, and I'm actually pumped that the leggings are going to be this thin. And I'll show you guys one more little piece. You guys can hear the printer going in the background right now, and it's actually printing the bottom part to this right now. And this is the thigh piece. So this is what it ends up looking like after it prints. That super thin print. It's not the best print in the world. So you know, if you're going free Thingiverse for a Stormtrooper or something like that, or this particular Stormtrooper, and if you guys want me to after this live video, I can put in the description the exact Stormtrooper costume that I'm using in order to get the thighs and ankles. But you are going to have to do some post-processing and stuff on it. You just are. I mean, you can't get around it. But one of the greatest things is with the thigh pieces, you know, you have the back part of your calf, which is this part here, and then this part actually goes really thin. And there's no way to actually slip this over your leg. So you have the line going up right here and here. And the thing about it is, when it's thicker, like the other files that I had, if this would have been as thick as those files, taking a Dremel tool to it and going even with like a circular tool or something like that, it would just basically mostly heat up the plastic until it wrapped the melted hot plastic up into the thing, and just it would have been all nasty. But since this is so thin, I'm going to be able to come in here with a Dremel tool and just easily cut through that like paper. It's going to be so easy to get this thing cut. You know, I'm going to glue it all together, get it cut on each side, get some magnets to be able to put them together, and it's going to be so much easier than it would have been with something like that. So I'm printing the bottom half of this, so then I'll have one leg done, and then I'm going to start printing the other leg, hopefully get that done. And then I'll just have the ankle pieces left to print for the Stormtrooper. So then I'm going to start making a ton of videos on the final processing portions of the Stormtrooper and really getting the chest part and stuff hammered out. So that is that. And then off to the commission, the latest commission. This thing doesn't slide very well, does it? Oh, you know what? I should probably break this one out along with it, because this thing's been sitting on my shelf all dusty. So you hold that one.
Okay. Whoa.
Whoa.
Eat. Eat.
So I am doing
Eat.
a commission piece for a guy on Instagram. Got a hold of me through messaging, and this is this was mine, the very first Blue Ranger that I did, and I did this a while back. There's a full video on it. Go ahead and lift it up so people can see it. I know this one's behind, so you won't see it for a little while on there. And then this is the one that I'm making currently at the moment. So I've got a video for this. If you guys go through my YouTube and stuff, I've got a video for the Blue Ranger. It's pretty old. So this is the second Power Ranger I ever did. It's the first time I ever did the Blue Rangers. So I was pretty proud of this, and it went super quick. In fact, it went a lot quicker than I probably should have spent a little bit more time on it. And then the visor, you can't really see out of, because I didn't really want to make it a wearable helmet. All I wanted to do was get something that looked really good. I put a paper thin visor in it that's tinted, and then kind of just did the clear coat with everything all together. So actually, when I'm doing this one, when I'm doing the visor to this one, I'm actually going to cut the visor to this one and put a better visor into this one. So right now we're in the process of do what?
You're gonna cut out this one and put a better one in this one.
Well, I don't have to cut this out. It's just taped in there, I think, because it's just that paper thin, like
yeah, green spray painted black.
Yeah. So.
At least put an actual black one in this one. So
oh yeah, it's gonna be an actual visor. It's gonna be an actual acrylic visor that you can see out of really good.
Oh, you should put that stuff.
And when I do this one, I'm gonna redo that one. That's what I'm saying. But right now, the step that we're at, if you guys can tell, just got done printing the back, just got done bondoing and smoothing the front. And what we're doing at the moment, and I'm not making a video on this actually. This is just a commission piece, and so I'm just working it as a commission piece. It's for somebody, and since it's theirs, I don't know if they want it to be, you know, on the internet or not. I don't know. I use commission pieces I don't typically do. I think I did 2 commission pieces I've shown YouTube videos of, and that's only because I didn't have previous helmets of them before. So right now what I did is you can see all the tape that's connecting the back to the front, and that's because these aren't really connected together. What I need to do is you guys can see if you go like this that there are spots that you can see through in the seam here. And what I really want to do is make this seamless, and I did it with this one. So hold that one up on the seam so you guys can kind of see. You can see how tight that seam is all the way around. And the way that I did that, oh yeah, because that part is out. Magnets are off. But anyways, look at the other side. The other side is better looking.
Like only show this side.
The Red Ranger looks really good, but since it's a commission, I got to spend a lot of good time on this because it's being paid for. And what I'm going to do is go in here, and what you do is you just tape off one side on the outside and the inside, and then you heavy bondo the side that's lower. You heavy bondo the other side, and then you sand it all the way down until it meets up evenly, and you have to push the bondo through the seam, or else it'll just be a thin sliver that'll eventually break off. So it ends up looking really, really good, and a lot better than it looks currently at the moment. So right now I've got the tape holding it on, and I put magnets on the inside down here at the bottom and up here at the top to give me a nice little reference, so I can just take the back off and on, you know, as I'm trying to do the bondo part. And I'll probably put the hinge in as soon as the bottom part to this ankle gets done. Then I'm probably going to go in and put the hinge in this, just so I can keep these 2 pieces together. This thing's going to look really good. It is. I don't know what it is about this file, but this file is probably one of the best files I've ever done. It's both times just super easy. Super easy file to do. Blue Ranger. It looks really bad on the back, doesn't it? It's because you see that big black mark there?
Yeah. Right
there. So when I put pieces together, in case you guys don't know this, you can watch any of my videos and I tell you about it. But when I'm connecting pieces together, what I do is I use super glue and baking soda. So I'll take super glue and do one side, and then I'll take baking soda and rub it down the other side, and I'll stick the 2 pieces together. And then as the super glue seeps out on each side, because I use gel super glue, so it builds up, and then when you smash it together, the super glue kind of pops out. So then I put baking soda along that side and along the inside, just to get both of them a really solid piece, because baking soda and super glue is the best adhesive. It's literally like concrete. Seriously, if I were to try to break this right now, if I were to grab each side right here and try to break it, it would break in the plastic before it would break on the seam. Anyways, while I was doing that, I put a ton, because I had to put this last piece on. This was the very last piece, this one right here. And so I had to, I don't know why I did this, and I never do it anymore, but I usually just super glue one, and then I put the other side together and then super glue it. But I actually super glued both seams at the same time and tried to put them together. And if anybody knows, if anybody's ever tried to do this before, I was trying to push it on, and it kept popping off, and it finally flew out of the air and landed on the ground. And so that's what all of that stuff is. It's just like grime and stuff from the ground, but it's just like went in there as part of the concrete and stuff. It's just part of the solidness of it. It's crazy, but it's pretty funny. It looks gross, but I mean, there's nothing really you can do about it. Once you get something into your super glue, it's in there. It's in there for life. I mean, we could have got a bug stuck in there or something. You can't get it out. So now I just go in there with a Dremel and Dremel it all down, Bondo it. But this thing looks great, doesn't it? It's good. In fact,
you know what it looks like?
Huh.
His helmet, after Jordan had to dig it back out, he washed the back, but then the front was still all messed up from the dirt. From 2,000 years.
Yeah.
Like here, he actually washed it, and then here it still has dirt on it from the digging.
I'll leave it in for a little bit. I put this on a few hours ago, and this water seal that I use dries really fast. As hard as a rock, real fast. And I should be able to take this apart at the moment, but I'm not going to, because I like to really pay attention when I'm working on a commission helmet. I don't like any distractions, so I'm not going to do this live. If I did this live, I'd probably mess something up because I'm trying to talk about it or something like that while I'm doing it. And just telling you guys, if you commission a helmet from me, if you order a helmet from me, I put in my whole focus and time. Each time that I'm working on that specific helmet or I'm focusing on that helmet, it's all I focus on. So I don't mess anything up, and I've had some satisfied customers. I only wish that I need to get my website set up for my commissions. That way people can leave testimonials. I was saying that this last time to a guy, and we were kind of going back and forth. And I get it. There's a lot of people out there online who don't want to get screwed over by somebody. And I'm the same way. I don't want to be screwed over by somebody. And you can be screwed over on either end. And so I get it. And this guy was fairly cautious about it, and we were kind of just going back. At one point I thought it was like a moot point and we were going to have to just move on. But he ended up going ahead and going through with it and ordering it and stuff, and I'm pretty glad he did, and I think he's going to be very happy that he did. But I was trying to let him know, I've done several commissions, and I kept trying to go find the picture of this, go find the picture of that, because that's a commission, on Instagram, that's a commission, and that guy commented on it, asking how it was. I mean, that's a really shady way to try to get testimonials. Everybody that I've done a commission for says that they would do a testimonial. Oh, sorry. It's probably shaking the camera too when yeah. But everybody that I've done a commission for has said that they would do a testimonial or something like that, or give me a positive feedback or a positive review once I get my website set up, and I just haven't gotten it set up. I keep forgetting. Maybe I can convert my band website.
Says it looks good.
Huh?
The Keto Alpha says it looks amazing.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, maybe I should just convert my band website, since I don't use it anymore, into my 3D printing website. No, because Bryce and Michael Band probably isn't a good website for 3D. So I need to go find me a web. I wonder if Bryce and Michael RC is taken. I wonder if that web address is taken. Let's try that out. Here, let's put this up. So that is that commission that I'm working on. And oh!
Hey, put this up.
Bumper chairs.
Okay, I'm really moved up. I need to scoot back.
You did?
Yeah, I was really moved up.
So I'm gonna look on the internet right now and see.
Can I see that one? Yeah, I'm just gonna grab it. I can't get it. Can I see it?
Oh, are you the one that I have been talking to the last couple days? On the Anycubic i3 Mega? I've actually, like I said earlier in this, I actually get on, I probably talk about 3 or 4 people a day in messaging on Instagram about the different printers and different things. But the other day, and I can't remember off the top of my head right now if it was you for sure. I don't know if the name is the same. I would have to look on my phone. But there was one conversation, and we went back and forth basically all day for like 2, 3, 4 days. But I'm one of those people that I get into talking about 3D printers. Yes. All right. Good to see you on here. But I get to talking about 3D printers, and I love when somebody is just there to talk about 3D printers back, and we can just go back and forth. That's like one of my favorite things. And it's always helpful when the person on the other end is not only interested in knowing more, but also has a good knowledge of what they're talking about. Because you get most of the time you get people who message you and they know absolutely nothing, and they're freaking out, and they're noobs, and they don't know what's going on, and it's just insanity, and you're trying to explain something to them, and it drives you crazy. I still try to help them out, though. And then you have some people who think they know more than they actually do, and they're like complete a-holes after a while, you know, when you correct them on something. So there's that medium that I really love sitting there talking and stuff. Yeah, Psycho Ranger. We were talking about the Psycho Ranger earlier, too. So, that's awesome. So anyways, I think that was my little update that I just wanted to do real quick. We've been on here a lot longer than I wanted to be. I just want to do this real quick and show you guys. And I made a video of this the other day. This is the silk filament that I got from Mica 3D, and I gave kind of a positive review on it. After actually printing 3 rolls of this stuff, don't buy it. I will say that right now, and I'm willing to put out a don't buy it video, and just to correct the video that I've made. This looks really good, and I think it has a lot to do with the actual 3D model itself. I don't know what happened up here at the top, but I have not gotten another print to look as good as this, but in this filament. This filament is so hard to work with. If you get it too hot, it does something weird. If you get it too cold, like it does something weird. There's like a happy medium you have to find, and it's not always the same. Then again, it might be my printer, you know. Well, it's not actually. It's not my printer, because I did it on 2 different printers, and you can see there was this problem right here on this thigh piece, where it kind of did this weird. I had this happen a lot on different prints. This same weird texture where it looked like it was starting to split apart. It does some parts real good, and some parts it doesn't. So I got frustrated with it. I've got like almost a whole roll and a half left of it, and I don't want to print with this stuff anymore. I just don't like it. So if you watched my video on that, just disregard that. Mica 3D silk filament sucks. It sucks. So, well, I like Solotech PLA is what I use whenever I can't find Amazon PLA. Those are like my 2 go-to PLAs. I love them. I think Solotech is exactly like Amazon. It maybe just a little bit less quality, but it's a great, and it's probably, I will say right now that if you go out and get clear PLA, there's really good clear PLAs, but Solotech has a weird thing about it where it picks up LED better. So I've printed with clear PLA and put LEDs in it in different clear PLAs, and I've never gotten the results that I got with the Solotech. The Solotech makes the LED just so much more brighter. I don't know what it is about it, but it's so much better. So, filament for an Ender 3, I would say, yeah, Amazon basic PLA. If you can't find that, Solotech. I love both of those. There's it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a budget PLA, because I always tell people there's different reasons to have different things. There's a finish plastic that has like a silk look or a pearl look, or maybe just like a really good looking color or something like that, if you want to print something and you want that color of that filament to be your final piece. But then there's like people like me who print cosplay stuff, and so the color doesn't really matter. In fact, sometimes the quality doesn't matter that bad, because that little piece that messed up on the side of that, I'm going to cover up with Bondo and it's going to be just fine, you know. So when it comes down to it, man, I had this cornstarch yellow PLA that was actually really good, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But yeah, Overture is really good. That's a really good one to get. So, and if you want TPU, this is the best TPU for an Ender 3 right here. I mean, my Ender 3 prints this TPU so good. Look how good that looks. That print. It's all TPU, so it can be bent all the way up. Smashed into it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Can I try that?
You didn't know you could do that?
No, let me try this.
So that TPU is amazing. And the Ender 3 loves it. I swear they have like this love relationship.
Wait, what?
Because I have two different TPUs.
Whoa. I forgot about that. It's so cool. Wait, is this on ABS or PLA?
So I have two primary TPUs that I print with.
This is TPU.
This is the Amazon TPU. And if you have something like a Anycubic i3 Mega with a little bit more spacing between your extruder, this isn't that great because it is probably about the floppiest PLA I've ever had in my life. So if you have too much space between your tube and your extruder, it will push out a knot and it'll stop pushing through. So like, I don't print TPU on the Anycubic anymore anyways because the Anycubic sucks at printing TPU. It's always sucked at printing TPU. So I bought the Ender 3 hoping that it would be just like way better at TPU, and it was, and I printed a ton on it. But it does really good with this. But it does the best with this stuff here. This is Yoyi. It's a budget TPU. Yoyi.
Yoyi.
Yoyi. I've bought like 3 rolls already of it, and I've made all sorts of stuff, like a turtle for the pool and all sorts of different things. And it is just, it's a great, it's not as floppy as the other TPU. It's just firm enough that this stuff just prints beautifully, and you can tell with this right here. I mean, that's beautiful. Look at that. That's on just basic settings. It looks really good. I'm just amazed. I'm constantly amazed by how good that Ender 3 is when it comes to TPU and stuff. Constantly amazed by that. It's a good printer for being $200. Very good printer.
Can I have this for my room?
Huh?
Can I have this for my room?
I thought I had. Oh, yeah. This is another good PLA. Pretty sure it's very budget. I think this was like $15 for this entire roll, if I remember right. I have a ton of different ones over there. You can see behind us. I mean, you can see. Scoot to this side. You can see behind us back there. There's just a stack of empty rolls, and then behind the Ender 3, there's a stack of empty rolls. A bunch of rolls on the floor.
That's how much you print.
Got a lot of different ones. I think I'm gonna show you one more, then we're gonna get off here. But there's one more that I really want to show you guys.
Okay.
But you can see I've got a couple different rolls of that Tact Tink. It's T-A-C-T and then I-N-K. Tact Ink. I want to try to find that cornstarch filament. Tactine again. This just says yellow PLA. I don't even. That might have been the cornstarch one because I think I've only ordered yellow one time. Tactink again. I use a ton of this stuff.
I think that's for the Iron Man suit. Maybe.
This is carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber.
Don't buy the hype when it comes to carbon fiber filament. It's not any stronger than regular PLA. It's just the way that it's printed. I can't find it. Yeah, I have so many, I'm not going to be able to find it. But don't be bought and sold by the strength of carbon fiber as a filament. The way that a printer, a bone extruder printer prints stuff, it lays down layers. Carbon fiber is strong because it's carbon fibers together that are woven together, and I mean, it's like unbreakable. We used to build drones and stuff out of carbon fiber pieces, and I mean, real carbon fiber is super strong, but carbon fiber filament, it's just you can't take carbon fiber, the chemical structure of carbon fiber, put it into a filament and expect to still have the same toughness of carbon fiber. It doesn't work that way. So it's definitely not as strong, and I've tested it out. It doesn't work. So, anyways, let's get off here. You want to get off here? We're gonna get off here. Thank you guys for joining us today. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not. I know that this is kind of a last minute. We usually have a little bit more people on here, have a little bit more discussion and stuff. But I also usually tell people when I'm going to be on here with some advance and stuff. But it was kind of a last minute thing. I just wanted to get on and explain why I hadn't put as many videos out as I have in the past. Give you guys kind of a little update on what's going on with me and stuff. And expect this next month to be absolutely loaded with videos, because I got a ton of videos coming. A ton. Because of the hacking situation and the data situation of the last couple months, I've sit around with all these video ideas, to create all this different content that I haven't been able to create, that I am going to create it and get it out, because I think it's necessary, and I think that you guys are going to really enjoy it. Anyways, my name is Bryce Michael RC. Hit that subscribe button, like I said. Hit the notifications so you guys can come back, and I will let you guys know. Follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description. I'm going to start posting on Instagram when I will be live on YouTube, so anybody on Instagram can join me there. This is my son, Braden. He goes by Braden Games 959 on YouTube, and he is going to be putting out more videos, some 3D printing videos, some Nerf videos. He's putting out a new Nerf video tomorrow. And he does gaming videos on Fortnite and stuff. So you've seen the drift mask at the beginning of the thing. That's all him. And he's going to be really starting to put out some content on his page. So if you want to go to Braden Games 959 and check that out. When I do contests and stuff, when I do giveaways on this channel, I usually have him pick the stuff. So if you go over to his channel and like and subscribe some of his videos, subscribe to his channel and stuff, and butter him up, then he will pick you. Because the last guy who was picked was picked because he was the one who subscribed to him and left a comment and turned the bell on and buttered him up like crazy, and that's exactly why he picked him. So it's a good idea. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Is it still going?
Yeah, it's still going. I gotta make sure that this runs through.
Good.
I can't just end that. I have to end it here. If I end it here too soon, it'll